Hey guys, how are you? My name is Yesenia, but you can call me Mama Ness. Welcome to my channel. Talk about how I was able to save up 6 figures before I was 25. So I'm gonna start from the beginning, okay? So you can get to know me a little bit and where I'm coming from. And I hope that what I have gone through can in some way help you, or you can take a little bit out of it and make it into your own way. So I was in the car business. So when I was about 17 years old, I used to work in Chrysler Jeep Dodge. And what I used to do in Chrysler Jeep Dodge is I really just used to answer all the internet sales. Like anybody that was interested in a car and they wanted a quote or they wanted information on the car. I had this customer that was interested in a Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. And he's like, oh, am I gonna come in and I'm gonna meet you? And I'm like, no, you're not gonna meet me. I only work over the internet, but I'll be here and I'll come out to say hi. Basically, I had did the whole deal. This gentleman knew his payment, knew exactly what car, had the VIN number, was coming in with insurance. Sat and thought to myself, like, why can't I sell cars? I'm practically doing it over the internet. Like, why can't I sell cars? So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot. And at that time, I had asked my manager, Kenny, I asked him if I could start selling cars, and he's like, yeah, I think you would actually be great. And I started selling Chrysler Jeep and Dodge. It was challenging because it was a lot of things in and out the business that I didn't know. But I feel like it was great because I got the experience and I got my feet wet. And selling cars is a commission-based job. So basically, you have the opportunity to make as much as you want. And honestly, it's like real estate, but on a smaller scale. I started to see that I actually can make a lot of money. Now, at that time, I was like 18, 19, closer to 19. And like, I was taking home bigger checks. Like for someone to be 19 years old and be making like more than 70,000 a year, like it's like, so I ran with it and I kept doing it. Now, here is the advice that I'm trying to give people. Basically, at a young age, I decided that I needed to sacrifice. And what I say that I needed to sacrifice is I needed to sacrifice my time. I wasn't there yet. Like I'm still not, but I wasn't to the point where like I can move out from my parents' house. I just had a mindset that I'm so blessed that my parents, I was able to live in their house, aside all the issues that we had. That's another story. I was able to live at their house, so I figured like I need to save the most money that I can. And that's what I did. I honestly skinnied down. Like I was in a mindset like I need to save. Like I didn't have big bills, and it's because I started when I was young. So basically I kept going. I ended up working for another brand, which was Volkswagen. And now like I went from making like 70 to like 80. Basically, to jump into exactly how I started to save, what I did was this. As I got older, I started to work for Volkswagen. And now I was moving out my parents' house. And I had rent now to pay. I had my phone bill. I had food. I had a car note. I had insurance. I would calculate exactly how much I need to pay per month, right? And put that money aside. As I am getting paid, if my bills were, let's say, $2,500 a month, I would put that aside already. So whatever extra money I was getting, I was saving. Now, when you are in saving mode, you need to understand that you need to give a lot up. You need to give up what you don't have in order to have more of an opportunity in the future. So what I mean by that is, when I was working at the car business, I was very like cheap with myself. I wouldn't do my hair as often. I wouldn't do my nails. I would really barely buy clothes. Like I had like a fit, which was a nice blouse, my black jeggings, leggings from Old Navy. Like I had literally like the same 10 pair of pants, and I would wear those pants all the time. And my boots, my Kohan boots, like I would wear these boots till they fall off. Like I was just very frugal with myself. I would put my bills aside, but every check that I would get, I would already automatically save. Like what I did was every single week that I got paid, I set myself a goal. And my goal that I would be setting would be for like $200, $300, $400, depending on how much I sold that week or how commission is going. So I would automatically put my money aside for my bills, and then I would put my money into savings. But here's the trick. This is what you need to do. You need to have 2 bank accounts. You need to have a bank account that you can save your money, and you need to have a bank account that you can save your bills. Now, I'm gonna tell you why. The bank account that you can save your money, you can't open, you can't touch. Basically, the savings account that I had created was with TD Bank, and they gave me a savings card. Like, let's say I would go and try to swipe that card in Walgreens, it'll get declined. It wouldn't go through. And that's what helped me. Like, I made myself feel and be broke like all the time. Because what happens is that, honestly, we lack self-control. And we see things and we buy things that we really don't need. And that is gonna hurt us in the future. So I kept doing this. I worked in Volkswagen for years, and I kept paying my bills first. Hey guys, so this is actually a perfect example. This is my actual spreadsheet that I was using at the time. So what I would do is I would do it by week. So whatever week you're deciding to start. So week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, 5, week 6, you date it. So starting from, let's say, week 7, right? On this day, right? Your goal amount was $260, right? But you actually ended up depositing this. And then you can keep track of it, right? And then even if, like, let's say by emergencies, you actually do take out money, which this was during like around coronavirus. So if you deduct money from your savings account, you honestly, I would even jot it down every single week. And this is what I did. So I would track myself by week, the day, my goal amount, how much I was actually able to deposit, and to keep track. So if you do that week by week, every single week, as soon as you get paid, as soon as you pay your bill, and before you spend money on something you don't need, this is how I would keep track of my savings account. I had a Google spreadsheet. I had a Google spreadsheet of all my bills when they were due, and I also had a goal that I wanted to save every week. Now it can be anywhere from $50 to $100. So let's say that I set myself a goal of $200, and actually my commission was bigger, and I was able to put $400. I'll put $400. And what I did is I created 2 bank accounts. I had a bank account for my checking that would pay my bills, and I had a bank account for my savings. So basically, you need to create a savings account, because what you're gonna do is, if you try to save money in your checking account, you're just gonna swipe. I would make it difficult for myself to spend money. I literally created a savings account, right, with TD, where once I tried to swipe the card, it would get declined. It's a savings account. It will not go through. That's what I did from the time that I was, honestly, like 17 years old until I was 25. I gave up a lot though. Like, working in the car business, like, I really had no friends, because I wouldn't go out anywhere. The hours are brutal. You would work, at that time I was working 6 days a week. I would have 1 day off, and that 1 day off, I'm scrambling to do everything that I have to do. But I will say that the best advice that I can give you is being real with yourself. Like, honestly, like, be real with yourself. Like, can I afford that? Should I be wearing $400 shoes when I have $200 in my bank account? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing, that you need to create a mindset of like, I don't need it. I am that friend that's gonna tell you, do you need it? Put it back. You don't need that. Doesn't matter how small it is. Like, this is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, it doesn't matter how small you start, but you need to start. And just to put it out there, I was inspired by a video by Lisa Nichols. I hope you see this, Lisa Nichols. I was inspired because she said that for years she wrote a check out to her name, and she kept doing it, and she's skinny down. And this is what I mean. You gotta get smaller. Like me, the car I was driving, mind you, I work for a car dealership, right? My coworkers would make fun of me because they're like, girl, you don't even got leather seats. Like, I don't care. I was driving a Volkswagen Tiguan, the most base model, as long as it was all-wheel drive. I only cared about my payments and insurance. This is where I finally realized what I did paid off. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I never knew what I was saving for. Had no idea. I just knew in my heart that how I'm making $100,000 now a year and I don't even have nothing to show for it. Because that's what happens. You have a good paying job, right? And now, once again, my situation was a little different because I started saving when I didn't have as much expenses. So that gave me a little bit of a cushion. But regardless, you can start now. It doesn't matter how small, you need to start now. And that's how I started when I was 17. And it added up. And I got pregnant with Rosalia. And that's the moment that I knew, like, oh shit, like, thank God I have money saved. Like literally, like, thank God that I could be with my baby for a few months. Thank God that I don't have to worry right now. And partner Rob, and he really helped me a lot because we had like the same mindset in that sense. You know, we wanted something bigger and better. And now, you know, we were having a family. When he actually helped me get better in the car business, so I focused more on selling cars and saving as much as I could before Rosalia came. But it felt so good to come to a point that we were buying a home. Everything that I sacrificed when I was 17 until I was 25. And now, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I'm a stay-at-home mom. To a certain point, savings will last, but that savings gave me a cushion to be able to have our home today. I don't work anymore. I watch my baby, but I'm just grateful that I did that because I was able to help. I was able to help us get this home, you know, and now Rob holds it down. But I'm just so happy that I sacrificed what I needed to in my younger years to be able to have a home. I really recommend that you start saving money. It does not matter how small. Set yourself a goal. I want to save $2,000. I want to save $4,000. But how are we going to get there? By saving $50 a week, saving $100 a week, like however much you could spare, but you need to start now. Like, I feel like nobody is talking about how to level up. This is how you're going to level up, by starting to save your money. And when that time comes, it will come for you. I really hope this resonates with somebody, even if it's just one person. That makes me happy. Because when I watched that video of Lisa Nichols writing a check to herself every single week, I said, I need to do that. I need to save my money every week. Because I never know when shit's gonna hit the fan. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment, be honest with me, give me some feedback. And thank you so much for watching.